What's up, YouTube? Right, the eagerly awaited Part 3 Monopoly. I had it running a while ago, to be honest, but I just chucked some parts in it just to test it, and it was in my conservatory. It was freezing in there, so I wasn't doing a frigging video in there, and I wasn't leaving the parts in there, to be honest, because cold can kill them. It's totally kill them. You can get away, you get the odd one or two, which will be fine in the cold, but more often than no, it just causes you problems, so it just won't worth it. So I've actually dragged it in my house. Mrs. wasn't too happy about it, and to be honest, it's only the second one I've had in here, and ironically the first one was also a Monopoly, but it was an M1. Funny story about that, to be fair, because my mate Scotty, who actually watches my videos, I think just to take the piss more than outright, he played the M1 Monopoly what were here, and instinctively when it didn't take a pound, and I must admit I used to do it back in the day, when it didn't take a pound, he slammed it against the glass and he slid it up and down it, which was to my horror at the time. But anyway, that's a different story, isn't it? So yeah, it's finished. Well, I say finished, 99%. I need to wire a door switch up. The wires are just hanging in here. It thinks the door's shut, so that's absolutely fine. And I need to put a strip in. I've got a load of them strips in my games room. They just tell you what price of play, what jackpot, what percentage they're on. Otherwise, you can just see straight through, as you can see. So I'll pop one of them in it. Right, while we're inside, for anyone what's got a JPM Impact 1 or even Impact 2, but Impact 2 are quite rare. I've not seen one yet. These cards, processor cards, it's the processor card which generally is at fault when they stop working. Should have a battery there, but these are smart, and the people that make them, a lad called Matthew Potter, this came off. He makes them, so if anyone needs one, even if you don't need one, I would advise it as a spare, because some of these parts are becoming obsolete, believe it or not. We're going to find ourselves in the future struggling unless you can find someone who's willing to repair your old one. But for me, I would personally be buying one, even just as a spare. If you've seen them on Facebook and you thought, oh, hang on, mine don't have the ROMs on there, and it was confusing you, you've got the option of still using your normal card and having nothing on there. You don't have to have anything in there if you don't want to. You can leave the ROMs on the card, and that's what I would advise if you're not confident at removing ROMs, because you can snap the legs if you're not careful. So for me, I'd be leaving your game card in and having nothing on here. It makes no difference, it's still the same. I've had a couple of main boards repaired lately, 2 by James Hardy, so massive thanks to him. A couple done by somebody else I'm not going to mention, because he said he'd prefer it if I didn't, because otherwise you just end up being inundated with people looking for help. And yeah, we all like to help people, but there's too many people what just give you the bullshit story of, it belonged to a family member, this, that and the other, I want to see it running. And a lot of people don't appreciate the work what goes into repairing stuff, especially boards. I mean, I don't repair boards, but I know the work. What some of them can take minutes and some of them can take frigging days. And then for you to spend days on a board for someone to repair it because it was a family heirloom or whatever, and for the next day to find it up for sale, it can be a bit annoying, I'd imagine. I know for a fact I'd be pissed off with it anyway. So yeah, so that's that. I'll shut it up and we'll have a bit of gameplay. Oh, one more thing while I'm in the back of this. I use these holders and pencil batteries. Them holders are literally 20-30p off eBay, and the pencil battery, they're quite expensive, them Duracell pencil batteries. They are rechargeable. Look, don't go putting standard ones in, because they are being recharged, so bear that in mind. But pencil batteries are normally 1.5 volt, but rechargeables are 1.2, so 2 of them take you to your 2.4 volt, which is what you need in here. So that's what I use. If you do buy any of these, be a little bit cautious about these side bits, because what happens is which we've found, I've found it and a couple of other people have found it, they're that tight when you put the battery in, sometimes it stops the battery from making at the end. So it's as if there's no batteries in there. So you'll get RAM error and you'll be like, what the friggin' hell's going on here? So anyway, yeah, so that's that. Right, so here's the front. Pretty good cab, to be fair. Not too bad. Obviously artwork's slightly bubble, which is, to be honest, it's a lot better than what it should be considering how bad the insides were. So I've literally had to replace about 5 lamps, which is unreal considering most of the lamp holders were actually rusty inside. Took a lot of cleaning. So yeah, let's go. No lose. Oh, what a surprise. I'm sure there's a little trick with that throw higher. I think if you leave it to time out, it might actually do it. I can't remember, to be honest. I'm sure there's something about it. Wow. Not like losing, is there? But oh no, we'll give you a 1. So you proper lost. Nope. Not a lot to this fruit machine, to be honest. It's not one of my favourites, I must admit. It's like one of the only ones that I know of that on the board there's literally no feature whatsoever. You've got these features, which you have to bring in the Monopoly guy. We don't give them that often, to be honest. Bloody hell, it's tight, isn't it? But to be honest, it's not long after a RAM reset. I did pay a jackpot 2 out last night when I was playing it, so it might be running over percentage at the minute. I'm trying to compensate. Oh, hello. £15 jackpot, this one. My other one's on 10. I've got 2 of these. First one I've seen on 15. Right, we'll see how tight it is straight after a jackpot. Dead. Well, how far? 360. Tell you what, we'll take that. Straight after a jackpot. Let's see what it gives. Will it give us jackpot amount? No. Wow. What was that? £4? That's shocking. Single one. Oh, no. Ugh. Doesn't even matter if you got your get out of jail free. So play for one more board and that'll do us. Didn't take long, to be fair, a couple of spins. We're going to have to put a coin in, see if it holds, aren't we? Baits you in. It's definitely not going to jackpot. Oh, gonna get super tax here, I know it. In fact, I'm gonna stop it before it, so just so I don't. One or a free? Meh. Yeah, I'm not a fan on the £15 jackpot. Too big a jump from 5 to 15 on here. But I suppose it had to progress as time went forward, and then any higher than 15 would have just been way too big a jump, hence why they became obsolete. So yeah, so that's it, fully working. Let's pay it out.